So, today I want to talk a bit about whether or not you're collecting the right data. Data is everywhere. Just about everybody is collecting it in some way, shape, or form, whether that's a Google Sheet or a robust CRM database, or you're paying to have data shared with you from rented lists and other methods. What I want to touch base on today, though, is do you have the right data? That is a key in success of all fundraising, engaging volunteers, engaging activists, growing your programs, and reaching overall success in your nonprofit organizations. I'm going to read for you a couple sentences from a book that I absolutely love. If you're a data nerd like me and this is interesting to you, I highly recommend you check out Data Driven Nonprofits by Stephen McLaughlin. It's an excellent book, and he shares some information that I just think is so helpful for people to use as perspective when it comes to understanding a bit about your data. So it says data should be a valuable asset that enriches nonprofits and help them grow. Instead, many get overwhelmed by the flood of data, fail to maintain it, or choose to ignore it altogether. I cannot tell you how many times I work with organizations and people are purely overwhelmed by their databases. They know they need to collect the information, they know it's important, but they have so much information at their hands, they actually end up getting analysis paralysis, or it's not good information, or it's hard to pull from their systems, and they just get overwhelmed and they walk away. Data is living in silos all over your organization. It is in databases, it's in Excel sheets, it's in Google Sheets, it's in people's emails, it's in people's mind. Data is spread all over the place in silos. And unfortunately, decisions aren't being driven based on this data because they're dying in those silos too. And so I want to talk just a bit today about how you find the right data that you should be tracking. So, in the book Data Driven Nonprofits, the author mentioned something that resonated with me greatly. Data only matters if you can take action on it. And I share this with my clients all the time. Some data we have to collect because it's required for reporting, whether that is by service providers or grantors or other funders. Sometimes you have to know certain demographics because that helps you earn that particular funding model or share certain data points that funder wants to know about. If you put those points aside, take a look at everything else you're collecting. Categorize it. Say, this is demographic, this is socioeconomic, this is donation information, this is interests, this is geographic information, this might be participation in certain activities. Categorize all your data points and put them up against the test of putting them on the board. It could be a whiteboard, it could be a computer screen with a Word document, whatever makes sense for you, and say, how does this information that I'm collecting actually drive action? Is this going to be used for strategy? Is this going to be used in a manner that I can connect with someone by further being custom, by personalizing things in some way or manner? Am I going to be able to use this to help better understand what the needs are of the organization? You really need to go through all of your data points and understand what you're collecting and why. And if the answer is no, and it's not required by a funder, stop collecting it. You're just mucking up the information to make people more overwhelmed because there's too much information and it's spread all over the place. So I encourage you, streamline, reconsider how you're using your information, what you actually need to collect. And in the end, you're going to find it a lot easier to put in one place and a lot easier to make decisions and take action on when you don't have all of the white noise that's surrounding your different data points. So if you are struggling a little bit with this topic and you want to talk about it further, please reach out. I love talking all things data and strategy and how it can help you make your job easier and more efficient.